Yo, what's going on, guys? Dex here. Hope you're doing absolutely wonderful today. We just got a huge bit of information dropped on us from TREYARCH in a form of a Reddit post that is going to be giving us an official beta recap and some of the changes that we can expect to see once the game is dropped on October 12th. First and foremost, we're going to jump into all of these points and run through all of these bits of information, and it all comes from a Reddit post. I'm going to link the Reddit post in the description if you want to check that out for yourself. If you're not able to stay for the whole video or something like that and you would rather just read it or, you know, come back to it or even follow along with me, I'm going to touch on some of these points that I think are most interesting and just let you guys know the information. And I want to have some discussion down in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about each of these points and some of the changes that we might see in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. One huge thing to touch on is that some players had issues progressing from level 34 to level 40 in the beta. The key to getting level 40, as I dropped in some of my videos, was that you would get a permanent unlock token awarded to you if you reach level 40. But since some people had issues, if you guys made it to at least level 34, you're going to earn the permanent unlock token in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on the release day. One of the first topics we're going to talk about today is the fog of war and minimap awareness. The fog of war with the minimap was basically how you can see up in the top left corner whenever you progress to a certain area of the map, you see it becomes highlighted. It gets illuminated. Sometimes that will give away enemies and let you guys know exactly where they're at. It's supposed to be designed to strengthen situational awareness and guide momentum and moment-to-moment decision-making as to benefit the entire team. Everyone would be able to see those spots right around you. Each individual player would know what's going on around them. TREYARCH said that the full fog of war circle was proven to be too powerful and they wanted to make some adjustments and make it more balanced for each player. The full reveal circle on the radar is going to be removed as a default functionality. It's going to be taken away and the standard reveal area will be a cone that reflects the player's field of view. This will continue to always be blocked by solid objects in the game, so it can never be used to quote unquote see through walls. So now, instead of it being a default functionality, the full reveal circle is going to be added to the Team Link perk. That way players who want that type of power will need to spend a point in the create a class system to get it and compete with their choices of other powerful items as well. It also gives Team Link a much needed boost. It was kind of, useless for a lot of us, and it will allow people to have more of a benefit if they're going to decide to run the Team Link perk. It also says they're adding in an additional HUD indicator that's going to allow you to be notified whenever you are visible to enemy players in the minimap. So that's going to be something that's going to be an interesting change. I don't know what kind of, information they're going to be able to provide you to let you know that you are visible, but that's going to at least be able to allow you to be able to react in certain situations. Red dots are going to appear on the minimap whenever you're firing your gun, and they're going to fade faster, so there's more time to evade and engage in a gunfight, which I think is a great change because these maps are small. A lot of this gameplay is designed for 5v5, and I think that these close quarters engagements and stuff like that, like whenever you are shooting on your gun and you appear on the minimap as a red dot, it's whenever you're firing and whatnot, people are able to close on you really fast and pick up kills. I think that's going to be a great change, and I'm going to like that a lot. It also says the same red dots will no longer reveal teammates that are near the player firing their gun, which I think is a good change as well. The next thing that the TREYARCH team touched on was tac deploy and spawning. Obviously, you guys, spawns were not perfect in the beta. I don't know if they've ever been perfect in any Call of Duty, but TREYARCH has basically said they're going to have an entire team that's going to be working on and utilizing different information and statistics that they revealed from the beta to constantly make the spawn system better for all of the respawn games, for different situations that you might encounter in different modes, and tying that into the use of the tac deploy system, which is a new feature that we're going to see added in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Some of the changes that they made to the tac deploy system was that they have lengthened its cooldown time, so it's not going to be able to use quite as frequently. They shortened the duration that the tac deploy time will be out on the map. It has a limited number of spawns. I believe that the max spawns you'll be able to use off of that tac deploy system will now be 10, and that's basically going to allow people to have shorter bursts of strategic positions on the map. You're only going to be able to drop that tac deploy system down. You're only going to be able to use it so much to kind of get an advantage to spawn in a certain area of the map. It also says they've relaxed the radius around which players will spawn on a tac deploy. So there's more room to kind of spread out, and enemies attempting to disable it won't suddenly get overwhelmed by a surge of defenders. I ran into that situation a few times. I'd go to try to take out a tac deploy system, and I would run up and there'd be like 19 people there all on the same thing. I think they pull people people from my lobby, from other lobbies, dude. I don't even know, but it was crazy. It's like you push that tac deploy system and your team happened to kill a bunch of them at the same time, and they were all right there, and that was tough. So the fact that they're going to expand the radius and basically allow you to be able to spawn a little bit further out around, that'll be good for the offensive team and the defensive team when it comes to the use of the tac deploy system. It also says they're adding a notification to the death cam where the camera breaks into a third person when you die, and it kind of shows you that, if you know, for one, it's going to show you that a tac deploy is active and whether there's danger nearby it. So whenever you go to choose your respawn system, you can kind of, you know, pick a smart move where you want to spawn and stuff like that. I was actually very terrible about choosing my respawns. I was just ready to spawn back in. I almost wish that they would completely change that, but you know, they're making changes, they're making adjustments, and I'm glad to see that they're still working to improvement even from what we got to see in the beta. In this update, Treyarch also touched on the body armor and the gear slot in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So I'm literally going to read off what they said and what their idea behind introducing the gear category to the creator class system. It says each gear item will complement different styles of play, allowing players to optimize into their preferred style. If you like playing aggressively, preferring to move in fast bursts, and surviving multiple gunfights, you'll likely find the stim shot to your liking. That's what I used. If you're a player who prefers to roll the dice for a high risk and high reward, you may prefer the cosmic device to push for bigger score streaks. If you enjoy supporting the team for the win, you will likely gravitate to the equipment charge to power up your specialist content more frequently. If you rely on positioning and situational awareness for victory, the acoustic sensor will be something you might like to use. And if you're a more cautious player who likes to push and pull for objective play, body armor should be optimal for that. The balance for this category wasn't quite dialed in for the beta, they said. They said they're going to be working to improve that for launch. The stim shot was the most popular piece of gear. I believe that's because most people were trying to keep that whole motion as quick as possible. Healing is new to us. I think that a lot of us were running stim shot as much as we possibly could. They want to address some of the changes. They're going to be able to kind of balance everything out. It says that explosives should shred through the armor, and that was not happening in the beta. Another thing that said that was happening in the beta that was not designed was that damage was being completely deflected by the armor, and now damage is just going to be reduced instead of being completely deflected. They said they got a lot of player feedback from the game, and fighting against a player with armor was just not as desired as it could have been. They said it kind of probably felt a lot worse than it actually was, so they can make some changes, and they're going to try to make it feel less annoying, verbatim. They said they're also experiencing with a number of ideas to better support the armor's role to make it less appealing to highly aggressive players. And it says, for example, they're going to have it impact certain areas of the movement speed. It might make you move a little slower. Maybe you'll climb slower or something like that. And it's going to maybe limit certain protection covered areas. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they'll make it a little less overpowered, and I am absolutely all for that. I do not want to be fighting people that are all constantly running body armor. Another thing that was talked about, I don't think this was a huge issue, but people said that they did not like the cursor selection system, the whole UI navigation on the menu screen. I compared it kind of to Destiny, something we had seen in the past, but they said they're going to now change it so it's going to be able to navigate with the D-pad as well throughout the menus if you guys want to, or you can be able to use the free cursor to quickly move across the screen or go straight to a menu that you would like to and navigate to. It's going to be the best of both worlds and accommodate players who will like both systems. Treyarch also said that it has been highly requested to show the loadouts and the kill cams. I think a lot of us like to see what guns people are using, what perks they may have, what attachments they may be using on these weapons. So they're going to now show loadouts in the kill cams. I think that's an awesome feature they're going to be added. Shout out to Treyarch for making that change, because they said it will definitely be in the game at launch. The beta was able to give them a tremendous amount of feedback. It showed what needed to be tweaked, tuned, modified, and analyzed even further. So we're going to see a lot of great things coming. They said that we have been really constructive and articulate about some of the things that we do want and don't want. So like I said, this is all coming directly from Treyarch. These are some awesome bits of information and tweaks and adjustments. I think I give everything here thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for this. I'm pumped to hear about it. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, what you think might be good, what might be bad, as far as, you know, like I said, we'll just recap some of the things. We had the fog of war and minimap awareness. They touched on the tac deploy and spawning. They touched on body armor and gear, as well as the navigation systems and loadout in the kill cams. I think all of those things are sounding really, really good. So Click the thumbs up button if you guys made it to the end. If you made it to the end of this video and you are here right now, I want you to put Black Ops 4 hype in the comment section right now, because that will let me know you guys made it to the end and you'll be a freaking legend. I love your face. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you guys are excited for Black Ops 4 as I am. I'll catch you guys here very soon for another live stream or another video. I'll see you guys next time.